What's up y'all, your boy K-Star here, back with another action figure unboxing review. Today we're going to be doing the Giorno Giovanna Part 5 Golden Wind Super Action Statue by Medicos. This review was requested by somebody called Yeet XD, so I can blame him or her, whoever, for me forking out for this one. Nah, only joking. Secretly, I wanted to buy this one anyway, even though I've got the black variant, but it's just another excuse doing a review. So that's who I'll thank for that one. So shout out to you, Yeet. So anyway, as always, straight into it as usual. So you've got the front of the box here with Giorno and the window display, nice blue. Giorno Giovanna second there around the side. You got the side, some nice art of Giorno Giovanna there. And JoJo, you got the back. Giorno's iconic pose there, the Medico seal of approval figure, the accessories, and all three extra heads you get with him, which is quite nice. You get the other side with some more art of Giorno. You get the bottom with all the Japanese terms and conditions, age restrictions, and shebang, as always. And if we haven't done it already, the top of the box with JoJo Super Action statue. So without further ado, let's crack him straight open from the bottom, as we do always. Got the box over there. So there you have, as you can see, Giorno nicely there in his package with the clamshell. So this version, sorry, forgot to mention, is the second version of Giorno. So the first version is a nice pink, nice manly pink colour, the full suit, but in the manga Giorno wears a dark blue suit, so we'll get a bit more into that in a moment. But as you can see, this is the blue manga version. So crack open his clamshell, nice and easy, and there you see you have Giorno there looking dope. So we'll take him out and get straight into some paint and detail. You know it's new because of this crazy thing around his feet. You don't often get that with figures. So, as you can see there's Giorno there looking really epic. As always with Super Action statue, the paint and detail is absolutely insane, as per usual. So, that is really cool. If my camera wants to focus, absolutely awesome likeness of Giorno. Love to see it. Absolutely awesome. So we'll go straight into the paint and detail. So to start with, we've got his nice blonde hair, the donut hairstyle that he always wears, and the plait at the back. His like brownish hazel eyes, let's say, and the face is painted really mean. The hair nice and blonde and golden, hence Golden Wind. You've got the red wings at the side of his neck there, painted on dead nicely. His suit, a nice blue. Don't know what blue you'd call that, but it's just a nice, really nice blue with a silver sheen painted over it to give it that kind of material, glossy look. The gold tassels around his suit. The ladybugs painted red, just like in the manga. My camera really doesn't want to focus today. There you go, that's painted really nicely. Down the heart in the middle of his suit, and another ladybird there. You go round, you get the nice Harley Quinn crosshatch diamond patterns, black shading, some more gold, and then down just the generic blue and silvery sheen, as you can see there, and his skin tone, etc. And then you finally go to his loafers, as all JoJo characters have. We've got a nice orangey gold sheen to the loafers, and the ladybugs there, and just golden soles. So altogether, paint and detail absolutely solid. The only problem I can see is that in the manga, even though it is blue, his suit, in the manga it's a much darker, like navy blue. So it is a massive shame that they didn't make his suit the navy. It is a nice blue, I can't lie, and they've added a nice gloss to it, but me being OCD as always, I would have liked it if they made the suit the navy from the manga, which is a shame because they've got the other colours correct with the red ladybugs, etc., and the gold tassels, but we can't have everything. So that's the only thing I'll point out, Medicos. If you can throw us another version with the dark navy suit, exactly the same paint job but with a darker blue, that'd be good. But either way, I'm glad that Mr. Yeet convinced me to get this figure because it looks lovely regardless. So yeah, I'll stop babbling, onto some articulation with Giorno. So you have the basic super action statue articulation, so you can go all the way up at the head quite far. The neck also moves up and down, as you can see there. You can twist his head all the way around if you really want to, but I don't see the point, but you can, that's your thing. The shoulders, you can twist these pieces there, they're very tight because it's a new figure, and when you do twist them round, you can get his arm to 90. You get a swivel at the elbow, be careful though, because of the elbow joint there, might pop out, and you can swivel the wrist all the way around if that takes your fancy. Doesn't for me, but whatever floats your boat. As you can see there, you can actually go above 90 with this arm. So that's a nice example of that there. At his chest, you can go forward, you can take a bow, and you can go all the way backwards, which is quite nice of Giorno. It's got to be done, so we can't argue with that. You can swivel it side to side as well. Sorry about my camera. His waist there does swivel side to side, but it's very tight, so you might want to get some hairdryer lightly or hot water on that. It does swivel though, I can guarantee. So you do get that, both points of articulation there. His legs are a bit more limited, so just give me a second. But his legs, you can see this part of the suit here, it kind of limits the legs from moving, so you can't really do a full split, which is unfortunate, but I don't do crazy poses anyway. But for people who like doing a full split, you can't go all the way out, but you can get his iconic Giorno look. So that is a shame if you like crazy articulation. His leg, you can bend it all the way at the knee, so that's lovely there, and you can kick quite far forward, but the main comes at the knee and doing his iconic Giorno leaps. So that's all you get really at the legs. So better at the knee, not very good at the thigh. You can swivel the thigh, there's a thigh swivel, just like the arm, which is quite nice. And finally the ankle. If you want to, you can swivel it all the way around if you're very careful, but you might snap it off, so I wouldn't recommend it. You get some pivot side to side and up and down at the ankle, and finally you get a toe pivot there, as always with these figures. So pretty solid for our boy Giorno. Pretty solid indeed. Can't argue with him. So we'll get into some accessories and then I'll explain a bit about Giorno's character. So for our boy Giorno Giovanna, you get quite a few bits. So you get his two fist hands, as I've shown. You get two like palm out hands, like he's offering something or healing. You get a finger holding hand, you get another finger holding hand, and you get some more posing hands. So altogether you get like 6 interchangeable hands, which is quite nice. You can't go wrong with that, and his two fists, so 8 hands in total. Can't argue. The next is where it gets funny. So if you've watched the anime, you know Giorno Giovanna. He's quite a controversial character. Some people absolutely adore him. Some people don't like him at all and they find him boring. I myself, I found him absolutely boring to start with because I didn't feel like he was a true member of the JoJo's family. But as the season progresses, we as watchers or readers evolve with Giorno, and as he gets stronger as such and gets more experience, we kind of learn to love him and appreciate him as the show goes on, which I thought was pretty awesome touch, which is why you should watch part 5. But anyway, in the show, Giorno basically wants to become a mafia gangster leader, and one of the challenges he takes to become the mafia leader is he has to keep a lighter lit for like a whole 24 hours. And I won't spoil it, but that's basically where the lighter comes from. So he holds that and he's got to make sure the flame doesn't go out. So in the episode, he puts that lighter in the bread and tries to keep it stationary. So hence the bread and the lighter there. You get a teacup and a saucer. And that is another funny moment from the show. One of the other gang members who doesn't like Giorno at all and doesn't like the fact a newbie is joining the gang, kind of does a special surprise and takes a leak into a teapot and offers him a cup of tea. So that's where that joke comes from there if you've watched the anime. So yes, we get Giorno's extra screaming head as always. I'm not a fan of the screaming heads, but it's a nice addition anyway. I prefer the teeth gritting, but it's a nice addition there. And this is the smallest accessory and probably the coolest. You get a spare brooch for Giorno. So I'll explain the relevance of that later. So that's Giorno's accessories. Oh, and finally, my bad, if you take the bottom out, as you can see, you get the instruction manual as per usual, the display base that I don't use, and you get a nice black haired head of Giorno before he unlocked his stand ability. So I'm not going to get them out, but you've got his regular face, his screaming face, and that nice black haired ladies man head where he looks pretty cool, like a gangster there. So I like that, the fact you get 3 heads instead of the usual 2, which is pretty dope. And there's the other accessories and the poses you can do. So that's pretty nice, I can't argue with that. But before we wrap up, just some backstory about Giorno Giovanna. So basically this guy, as I said, he's a controversial character. Not many people adore him like the other JoJo's. But he's kind of like, he takes a step back from the usual badass, where a JoJo's protagonist can wreck everybody with their special abilities and just do everything perfectly. So he takes kind of like a backseat, and he's more of the saviour slash the healer of the group. So his power is gold experience, his stand, and this power imbues life energy to anything he touches. So any inanimate objects, for example a lighter or a brooch, as you saw before, he can imbue life to it and either turn it into a spare body part like a hand or something to replace body parts, which he learns to do later in the series, or he can turn it into an animal like a frog, a fly, a snake, any animal he wants, depending on how big the animal is how long he takes to turn it. But my favourite ability of his, what he doesn't use very often, is reflect damage. So when he imbues an object, for example, if he took this saucer and he imbued this with life energy and turned it into a flower, if he then wore that flower on his shirt, that flower could then reflect any damage done to it, which I really don't understand why the creator didn't use that more in the show. Because there's a part in the show where there's a frog on his jacket and somebody attacks it with a shovel at full force, and the frog reflects all the damage to the guy and the guy gets absolutely wrecked. So I don't know if the creator thought that was too overpowered or broken for the show, but I would have liked to see more scenes where Giorno just wears a flower or maybe imbues one of those ladybugs with his stand life energy on his shirt. People attack him, giving him the big talk, and then they just get fully reflected and incapacitated by their own attack. So create a spin-off series or something. Maybe you just forgot Araki, I don't know what happened, but I would have loved to see more of that ability, which is a big shame. But anyway, that's Giorno Giovanna and his stand explained. So we'll get one last look at him. Looking pretty dope indeed. So yeah, I don't think I've got much else to say about our boy Giorno here. Apart from, I don't know, in the show he's like the saviour. He kind of encourages the team. He knows everything because he was good at reading people from a young age. So he can predict a lot of things that go down. and that annoys some of the team members in his team. Like, they don't understand why he's always right and why he always makes the right decisions. But he's kind of like the Jesus figure of JoJo's, if you want to say that. The whole thing is set in Italy, and obviously Diavolo is Italian for the devil, and this guy Giorno is like daylight or guiding light. His name translates to something like that. Don't quote me on that. But he's basically the Jesus figure, and Diavolo's the devil figure, and that's proven by the fact that he performs miracles. His power gives life. He can reflect damage. All those crazy miracle stuff that Jesus could probably do. So it's pretty cool that we've got a kind of saviour of man, Jesus kind of guiding light character, and that's why I think he grows on you as the series progresses. So that's our boy Giorno Giovanna Super action statue from Medicos. Last thing I'll do quickly for you, if you want, is I'll just put him next to his stand Gold Experience so you can see how cool they look together. So if you bear with me 1 minute. So there you have Giorno Giovanna next to his stand Gold Experience or Gold Wind, whichever translation you're looking at. And I think he looks pretty awesome next to his stand, to be honest. His stand's a nice Egyptian gold. Awesome colours. He's got the ladybugs in purple. And it just contrasts really well with Giorno. And I think this is an awesome pickup. So yeah, there's the not so popular or really popular Giorno Giovanna next to his stand Gold Experience. And if you're a JoJo's fan and you like part 5, this is a no-brainer really, because this is probably the best likeness of Giorno that you're ever going to get in your collection. Even the stationary statues don't share this likeness with the facial features and other things to this figure. So if you're a JoJo's fan, definitely worth a pickup, I think anyway. Either version. The pink's very expensive. It's like 200 bucks now, but the blue I think you can still grab for around 80 on various sites, all in with postage, etc. So definitely worth a grab for that manga style Giorno look, and his Gold Experience stand if you can grab it. So that's it for this one, guys. That's all I can think of really. So thanks for your time as always. Yeet XD, thanks for the request. Had to grab this one. You gave me the motivation to grab it. I'm glad I did. So yep, thanks to you. Yeah, that's it really, guys. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed, Muda, smash that like button if you can for me. Really appreciate it. Really helps the channel. We're new. We need to get some more viewers, as Giorno almost falls over and takes a bow there. That wouldn't have been too good, but we managed to catch him. Yeah, if you know anyone else that likes JoJo, share with a friend. Tell them about the channel. Really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're feeling extra generous. If you didn't like the video, then that's absolutely fine. We can understand, because I'm all over the place and I've got no organisation. But we're still out here. We still vibe. We still try our best. So yeah, give us the feedback down in the comments below. Always appreciated. Stay safe in these crazy times and keep collecting, guys. See you later.